Financial wellness. Reach out to them for advice at 855-DON-GINO. And now back to your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Franco.
What are some of the secrets of becoming North America's most referred real estate professional?
Yeah. So first of all, in the book, what we just talked about is one of the quotes that a lot of people have repeated that I put in the book is, don't wait for a life-changing event to change your life. And one of the ways that people can change their life, especially salespeople, entrepreneurs, small business owners, realtors, mortgage professionals, is to implement the generosity generation, implement the 7L system. And it's all based on generosity. It starts with our generosity. You talked about earlier is a lot of people think of generosity as giving back. But what this whole philosophy, this revolutionary approach to selling, some people are calling it, is give first, right? Rather than give back, it's about giving first. Generosity, proactive generosity. So surprise them by helping them achieve their goal, or surprise them by helping them conquer a challenge, or surprise them by helping them enjoy an interest or a hobby more than they already have. Give massive value first. So give first, give massive value first. And what happens is the law of reciprocity kicks in. People tend to want to give back to that person who gave first. Well, what we need to do is with that reciprocity, when it happens, because it will happen, is we need to train and focus our energies on the finest way to reciprocate to me, and the finest way to reciprocate to you is through referrals. And what we know is once we train and hone that message, that the best way to deliver value back to me, if you felt like value has been delivered to you, is through referrals. And then what happens is referrals, as we all know, repeat and referral is the most profitable type of business.
Absolutely,
so referrals
100%.
are going to lead profitability. Well, once we have profitability, which is our business having money, well, then we go into things that are more important than our business having money, which is time, freedom, choices, have anything we want, right? Which is prosperity, right? Well, what's really cool about prosperity is prosperity leads to more generosity.
I love that.
So, but you have to realize your generosity is no longer at this level. Your generosity is at this level. So you can give higher and more powerful generosity, which is interesting because then you get higher and more powerful reciprocity, which leads to higher and more powerful referrals, which leads to higher and more powerful profitability, higher and more powerful prosperity, and boom, you're right back at generosity again. But it starts with generosity. It starts with giving massive value first, which, interestingly enough, has never been taught. It's never been taught as a business strategy. Not a manipulation. This is not manipulation. You give first. If it's not reciprocated, it's okay. You're going to give to the next one. You're going to keep giving. The new ABC, the old ABC, right?
Yeah.
It was always be closing, right? A, always be closing. And it was like, coffees for closers. But today, we have a new ABC that the consumer is totally receptive of. The ABC today is A, always, B, C, contributing. Always be contributing. Always be delivering massive value. Always be delivering value. And you know what? Coffees are for contributors. And we all need to have more coffees. We need to have more one-on-ones in our life.
Mm-hmm.
And what's funny is not only is it better business, it makes you a better person.
Well, that's a great tidbit, and I'll tell you what. I think that in today's technological world, it's what we're starting to lose. Right? Mm-hmm. We get trapped behind our desk. I'm behind my phone. I'm answering text messages. I'm answering emails. All this stuff that doesn't allow me to get out and have a single cup of coffee with a friend. And you're right. That's the best way to do business. Nothing better than having a cup of coffees with your friends, becoming friends with your referral partners, spending time together, going out and enjoying each other's family. That's how good business happens, and that's how a good lifestyle happens all around.
And Michael, help us with this, because I know because of what Gino just eloquently said about this technology kind of getting in our way a little bit, and I know that's what you preach. And I know our goal when we have meetings here at Skyline Home Loans at our branch here, our big goal this year was become better communicators. Because everybody just tries to email. They don't really communicate. They don't bond. They don't connect. They don't really find out what's important. Do you agree with that philosophy in that direction?
Oh, 100%. Here's what's beautiful about this, right? Why is a handwritten note so powerful? Well, it's so powerful because nobody else is doing it.
Right.
It's kind of almost anti-tech. It's super low tech. But the thing is it's also extremely powerful. If everybody wrote handwritten notes would not be as effective. But the power is that not many people are doing it. So what's really cool about the 7L system and this generosity generation is that the more technological the world gets, the more this way differentiates you from the rest. You automatically become better just by being in more communication with them. Like you're saying, more one-on-ones, more events. As I said, it's a differentiation, right? You're going to differentiate yourself from the rest of the world because of working communication this way. Handwritten notes, phone calls, events where you're attending or hosting events, and one-on-one meetings. They actually are a way to be different than everybody else in the business world, and that's the ideal differentiation is you being you and authentically you, because it's very attractive, right? Versus hiding behind email or hiding behind technology. Yes, I think you're on the right track 100%. Just focusing on communication that's why I called it the 7 levels of communication.
I guess we played right into it.
I called it the 7 levels of marketing. I'd sell like 5,000 copies. I mean, and at the time I'd sold 0. And it was like, call it the 7 levels of marketing and you're going to sell at least 5,000. And it was just like, this isn't about marketing. It's about communication. So now we're at 7 levels of communication. We've sold over 200,000 copies, and I'm glad I called it communication instead of marketing.
Yeah, so are we, and it kind of played into basically what our goal was here at Skyline, was the whole raising our level of communication. Plays right into your book, coincidentally. And again, if you just tuned in, we're here with Michael J. Maher, author of The 7 Levels of Communication Go From Relationships to Referrals. This has been out since 2014, right?
Yeah, 2010, but then we had the second edition come out.
Okay, that's what came out. Okay.
Yeah.
So when we come back, let's talk about how you implement this, because it sounds all good, but because it is a fresh approach, we need to know a little bit better on how to implement this strategy of higher levels of communication. And we'll talk a little bit about also this evil word that everybody it gets confused on, which is time blocking. Very busy. They always say if you want to get something done, give it to a busy person. Well, there's a reason for that. And we'll talk about how to balance your life a little bit. You worked harder on that, especially after obviously having flatlining on the bed. You had to. We'll go a little deeper on some more, details of how we can change people's lives. You're doing it every day with your book, and you're doing every week with your speaking engagements. So luckily we have Michael J. Maher here on the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. Don't go away. Got more great stuff ahead.